Hey everyone, this is Steve from WordPress, and here at WordPress our focus is on creating publishing workflows in WordPress. However, before you can move on to more complicated workflows, it's important to understand the basics, and one of the most common questions we get is about the difference between pending review and draft in WordPress. You'll see this if you are editing a WordPress post, and perhaps the quickest way to see it is by using the Quick Edit button on the post screen. If you click on Quick Edit, you'll be able to see different statuses available for your WordPress posts: draft, pending review, and published. Only one of those is really obvious, and that's published. If you choose published, your content will go live on the site, and anyone that visits your site will be able to see it. But what's the difference between pending review and draft? That's what we're going to answer in this video. The difference really matters for users who do not have many permissions on your site. The best example is probably the contributor role, which is the lowest level that actually has permissions to write content on your site. When a contributor writes on your site, well, let's go and see what they see. I have a contributor user set up, and I have a plugin which allows me to switch to this account. So I'm going to see what a contributor sees. If I go to the post screen and I click on Add New, I have the option to save this as a draft. And if I click Publish, I'm going to get a Submit for Review option here. This is the pending review option. One of the tricky things is the pending review, Submit for Review option does slightly change names. So be aware of that. What we're looking for here is the difference between saving a draft and submitting for review. What the draft means is I'm still working on this post, it's not ready yet. However, pending review means I think this post is ready for someone else to approve and publish it. The phrase that WordPress uses is when you're ready, submit your work for review and an editor will be able to approve it for you. So if a contributor chooses pending review, someone at a higher level, probably an administrator or an editor, can come along and update the post. Let's see how this works. I click on Submit for Review, and I'm not allowed to publish. I have to leave it in this state. If I go back to the post screen, I see my post marked as pending. Even if I go to the Quick Edit screen, I can't publish it. So basically, draft means I'm working on it, or pending review means please come along and check my work and publish it if you think it's ready. Let's go back to one of the higher level roles. I'll go back to being an administrator. Now I can see my post is live and the pending tag next to it. If I click on Quick Edit, I can choose to publish it, or I can log in to edit the post. And now I can browse around. It's marked as pending review in this checkbox here. And if I'm ready to approve this and publish it, I can then click on the Publish button and make it live. So that's the difference between these three options here. Draft means I'm working on it, it's not ready yet. Pending review means that I'm a low-level user and I do want someone else's review. And published means the post is finished and it's live on the site. It's worth noting that if the contributor has written the post, and you can see they are labeled as the author here, and the post is published, they are then going to be locked out of this. So the pending review status allows them to continue editing the post. But if we publish it, and I'm going to switch back to the contributor to see what happens when it's published. If we publish it, the contributor, and that's what I am now, is locked out of it. So, one other thing to remember is that the pending review and the draft status both allow a low-level user like the contributor to continue editing the post. Once you publish the post and it's moved out of draft or pending review, the lower-level user is not able to edit the post anymore. All they'll see is the view button. They won't be able to edit and access it any longer. If you are a higher-level user and you want to know which posts have been sent to the pending review status and are ready for your approval, you'll be able to see them marked on the post screen. They are marked as pending, and there's also a tab up the top. You'll be able to click on pending and you'll see all of the posts which are listed for your approval here. If you do want to modify these two choices, draft and pending review, or even add more choices, then I would recommend going to the plugin screen and adding the Publish Press plugin. This will allow you to rename and add new statuses so that draft and pending review are not your only options. We're going to go for this Publish Press editorial calendar plugin here. And after you've installed it and activated it, you should see a little calendar icon in your WordPress menu on the left-hand side. There we go. Here's Publish Press. And if I go to the calendar, I'll see that the different statuses are marked in different colors. There's a purple. This is published. It has a little checkmark icon beside it as well. And we have other posts in other statuses as well. These in orange are the pending posts. It's easy to see which posts are in the pending review status. We have purple, we have orange and pink marking the different statuses. And if you go to settings and to statuses, you'll be able to see those in here. Here's pending review. The pending review status can be edited. You can change the color. For example, you might choose green. And you can change the icon as well. Here we go. Green with a different icon. And that appears on the calendar right there. On the main calendar screen here, you can find a date when you want to plan to publish content. And you can click on a date. And you can create all the details for a particular post, including putting it in draft or pending review. And there you see that it's in green with the icon that you chose. So the Publish Press plugin allows you to customize the statuses you have on your site, and perhaps equally importantly, there's a notification system. So at the beginning of this video, the contributor created a post that was in the pending review status, but there was no way for the higher level users to find out that post had been created. They would have to log in and see. With the Publish Press plugin, you can use the notification system. They have a couple of notifications by default. For example, notify when content is published. Let's create a new notification. This will be notify when content moves to pending review. And we can choose when the content is moved to a new status. The previous status could be anything, could be any of these, except for pending review, and the new status will be pending review. The post type, we're just going to choose post for now, but you could choose page or other post types as well. And who's going to be notified? Well, let's notify anyone who is an administrator or an editor, who are the higher level users on the site. This will be the title of the email. And we could create an email that is as simple as this. It could be just one line, just enough to tell people that they can log in. If you want to add more details, there is some syntax on the right. For example, what you see here will show the title of the post. So this notification will automatically send an email to the administrators and editors of the site whenever a new post is moved to the pending review status. So hopefully this tutorial gives you a good introduction to the difference between pending review, draft, and published, and also an introduction to the WordPress plugin, which allows you to customize your statuses and also send notifications if anything happens with your content in the draft or the pending review status. WordPress is available from publishpress.com, and there's also a pro version where you can do things such as send Slack notifications in addition to simple emails.